Do another stunning day. I'm up here looking for Matthew Booth. Right, he's a major criminal. The police are on the look for him. He's gone on the run. Do not approach Matthew Booth. His crime? Well, it's a disgrace. It's frightening. And like I say, he shouldn't be approached. He allegedly, I say allegedly, started a relationship again with the mother of his children. Yeah, he's an IPP prisoner, you see. Terms and conditions, 10-year license, very strict. Imagine that. Imagine starting a relationship up with the mother of your kids. Again, it's alleged. Anyway, so he's on the run because he could go back to prison for an indeterminate length of time. All his life, in fact. He's been recalled a few times before. So you out there, you know, he probably deserves it then, doesn't he? One of them was something that was alleged by a neighbour that maybe he didn't get on with. Alleged. And he's back in prison. It's criminal. 50 grand a year. 50 grand a year to keep someone inside. And we're going after people like this because obviously the Crown Prosecution Service and the Probation Service and the police have got nothing better to do, have they? There's no crime. You know, we're on top of everything. Everything's boxed off. So let's keep an eye out for Matthew on the run. It really does boil my piss. I'll tell you what's coming soon. There's a lad I've known a good while, yeah? He was on his 10-year licence, IPP. It got extended because the misery don't end. Being honest with probation, and I've met some cracking probation officers, but a lot of people, like everything else, they get watered down. You get people not fit for purpose in all these jobs: prison, Crown Prosecution Service, judges, psychiatrists, coppers. Lots of people out there, isn't there, that just take the wage and they're not fit for purpose. Employed because they're short staffed and they can't get anyone else, or employed because of a little card they've got in the pocket. But that lad's going to tell it all. I would imagine the air will be turning blue. He's done, freed, after 11 years of the probation service. So that will be an expose. So it's got me thinking this, you see. Two-tier care and all that. Paying overtime for kangaroo courts. Get people locked up and the like, and prisons are full. 50 grand a year. So I was thinking, thinking really hard. You know, I want to help out our government. So I've come up with an idea. I know what these minor criminals want, the addicts and the like. They need some purposeful activity. They've got nothing when they get out. They go back to the same area, the same mates, the same habits, sadly. You know, years, bang at it, and no purpose. A lot of them are on DLA, disability living allowance. They get a hefty sum. That'll all go on the habit. And then when that runs out, they'll go out burglaring, robbing people. So how about a cheaper alternative to prison called hotels? So instead of sending them to prison, we put them in a hotel, we fill it, and they have purposeful activity. Every morning, yeah, there's somebody there, a community leader. We'll pay them a decent salary for looking after these lads and giving them a sense of purpose, maybe mentoring them, maybe motivating them, something like that. I'd love a job like that. You know, I've got good understanding with some of these people, and we get them out there doing real projects, not like the ones that are on the documentaries. You know, 20 lads, wherever, Moss Side, Manchester, I think it was, all smoking weed. There's a supervisor trying to do all the work. No, it don't work like that. You know, if you're looking at a sentence, you comply to get your benefit, and you help the community get out there, getting parks, cleaning up, doing gardens for old people, not there to suss them out, to go back and rob them. You need to give people a sense of purpose and worth. A lot of these lads don't have that. And here's the thing, a hotel, oh wait a minute, somebody's already thought of that, haven't they? Because we're putting criminals in hotels, aren't we? Or they could be criminals, maybe they're not all criminals. What is it? 9 out of 10 are young men. No IDs. What an absolute sad state. 50 grand to put someone in prison. We're putting people who are coming here in hotels with nothing to pay. This government who've got your backs, they said so in their very, what should we call it? I don't know what you call it. They had an agenda, didn't they? They've lied to you, they're changing definitions. They've made provision for 10 years of people coming in small boats. They probably come past our navy, which is quite small and pathetic now. That's not knocking any, sailors and the like who are out there trying to do a job. It's just shrunk, it's not fit for purpose. The machinery, the aircraft carriers and the like is not fit for purpose. They've gone over budget, but they're doing manoeuvres. I'm sure it's scaring the shit out of the rest of the world. Meanwhile, boats with people who are illegals, that illegally coming to this country, are sailing on by in the channel. 10 years they've made provision. Prisons are full. They need to build more prisons if police are going to start policing. You see, I think we need 2 tiers of police. We need people who you can give a riot shield to and a helmet. They can't communicate with the public. They've got a badge or something here. And they're going to be the protest police. You don't have to arrest anyone. People can say what they want. So long as you recognise the signs of the real wrong uns, the bad uns. They'll be the ones with the Union Jack or George crosses. If you can recognise them, job's a good un. You don't have to define terror. You don't need to know what terror is. You don't have to question people who are preaching hate. But again, if you see someone, particularly a Christian, preaching to the public, upsetting people and the like, there you go, you're in there. And then the other police, they'll be tier 1 police. The people with the cards in the pocket, the protest police, they're tier 2. 2 tier. That's what I've named them. That's what they do. The tier 1 police deal with crime. We start looking at people who are committing low-level crime, because if you let that go unchecked, like shoplifting, it spirals out of control. They can look for Mr. Booth, the young lad who's maybe starting a relationship. They can maybe start looking into car crime, burglaries. There's a road near me 2 miles away. Lovely houses. 1 in 5's been robbed in the last 2 years. Not one person has been arrested or questioned. We need to start dealing with crime. 2-tier police, the namby-pamby police, they can deal with protests. Then we got others on the streets. Get out and about and start dealing with real crime. They need to be interviewed. They need to be fit for purpose. They need to do the job properly and want to do the job properly. Okay, so this vlog is a bit tongue-in-cheek. I don't really care. The hotels, putting people in hotels rather than prison and saving money, that's a serious thing. Yeah? A lot of people we lock up aren't a risk to the public. Give them a sense of purpose, somewhere to live. Just gonna leave it there, guys. Parting shot. Brian. Thanks for your continued support. God bless you all. I seriously hope that this IPP situation gets resolved. These lads that haven't seen the light of day, they might be horrible, nasty people now in prison because they've had no light at the end of the tunnel. They've been abused. They've been abused by the prison system, criminal justice system, by parole boards, and now they're wrecked. They're fucked. Poor mental health. God bless them. God bless the families. Let's hope it gets resolved. Thanks for coming. I'll see you.